Funding for Crossroads Café was provided in part by the Departments of Education of the states of California, Florida, Illinois, and New York, and by the United States Department of Education and the United States Immigration and Naturalization Service.
What about beef stew on Wednesday?
Why not make it givech?
What's that?
Romanian goulash.
Same thing.
How can you say that?
Goulash is just beef stew with paprika.
Nah, but what a difference. When I was a little boy in Romania, my mother made the most marvelous givech.
Okay, goulash on Wednesday.
That's good. Now, what about Thursday?
Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Oh, not at all. We're just planning next week's menu. Very boring.
Maybe I should add paprika.
I'm just bringing Papa his dinner. Papa, le traje su cena.
Ahorita voy.
What did you bring him tonight, Maria?
Oh, his favorite, enchiladas.
Your mama is such a good cook. This is what we will have on the menu Thursday.
Oh, in that case, maybe I should hire Maria's mother.
María, no molestes al señor Brasho cuando está ocupado.
She's not disturbing us. No nos está molestando, señor Hernández.
De todas maneras, eso no se hace.
What was that all about?
It was nothing. He wanted to make sure you didn't eat his dinner.
So, how is your father's tailor shop? Business any better?
No, not really.
And how is school, Maria?
Fine. Oh, look what I brought. Do you remember this?
Sure. Big Sister Week. There's your teacher, Mrs. Scanlon. Oh, that's an awful picture of me.
I was so happy when you agreed to be my big sister.
And I was so proud of you for winning that science award.
So one day, when you were a famous scientist, we can all say we knew you when.
Yeah. Someday.
How are you coming with your studying for the citizenship exam?
Fine.
When do you take it?
Soon.
How soon?
Soon?
Next Thursday.
That's soon. Look, if you need help, I'd be glad to lend a hand. I know a little about American history.
Who said anything about needing help? I am perfectly able to handle something as simple as a citizenship test by myself. Now, if you do not mind, I would like to study the board.
Hi. Sit any place you like.
I'm looking for Rosa Rivera.
She's in the kitchen. Rosa?
Yes. Mrs. Scanlon, how are you?
Fine, thanks. But could I speak to you for a minute? I need your help.
Sure. I'll be right out. Let's sit over there.
What can I do for you?
Did you know that Maria stopped coming to school?
No. I saw her last night and she didn't say anything.
Doesn't make any sense. One of Maria's friends brings her homework in every morning. Maria hasn't been in class for the past several weeks.
Did you talk to her parents?
The school sent letters. So far, there's been no response. I thought of going there myself, but unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. Would you go and see them for me?
Me? What could I do?
Maybe you could find out why an honor student suddenly stopped coming to school.
But I just can't walk into their shop and
Rosa, when Maria needed someone for a big sister program at school, you were there for her. I think she needs you now more than ever. I have to go.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
What is that you are working on?
I'm fixing a new base plate for one of the counter stools.
What was wrong with the old one?
It wobbles too much. The customers were all complaining.
And this will stop everyone from wobbling?
I'll let you know after I install it. How's the studying coming along, Mr. Breshov?
Good. The Pilgrims landed in Plymouth, Massachusetts. The Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Why can't I remember Philadelphia?
Why do you want to remember Philadelphia?
Because it is an important question on my test.
I'm curious, Mr. Breshov. Why, after living 30 years in this country, have you now decided to become a citizen?
I'll tell you why. I owe this country a lot. And a long time ago, I promised my wife I would repay my debt.
That's nice.
¿Qué piensa usted, señor Hernández? ¿Demasiado larga?
No sé, quizá.
Esta es la moda de hoy.
Creo que me veo mejor en faldas más cortas. Podríamos preguntarle a María. ¿Ella está aquí?
María, ella está ocupada.
Oh, pero tomará solo un minuto. ¿Está atrás?
Voy a buscarla. Rosa, what are you doing here?
I had to get this skirt hemmed, but I'm not sure about the length. What do you think?
I would make it shorter. It'll look better with your figure.
¿Lo ve? Pregúntele a una señorita cuál es la última moda. Thank you.
I have to get back to work.
I saw Mrs. Scanlon today. She was wondering why you stopped coming to school.
It's all very hard to explain.
Well, I'm in no hurry. Maybe you could try to tell me, then I could explain to Mrs. Scanlon.
María, tu mamá te necesita allá atrás.
Sí, papá. I'm sorry.
¿Algo más?
No, señor, gracias. Sí hay algo más. ¿Por qué María no ha ido al colegio las últimas 2 semanas?
Ella ha estado trabajando aquí en la tienda.
En vez de ir al colegio.
Aquí la necesitamos. ¿Está bien aquí?
So I went there yesterday after work to ask about Maria. And that man, that stupid man, that selfish man.
Slow down.
Maria's father. He thinks he's back in the old country. Says Maria doesn't need to go to school.
That's terrible.
He wants her to stay a seamstress all her life. Well, he's not going to get away with it.
What are you gonna do?
I'll think of something.
I think you should stay out of it.
How can you say that? Maria is my friend.
And Mr. Hernandez is her father. Surely you must understand how it is with other cultures.
I do understand, and I don't like it.
You don't have to. It is his family. You keep interfering, and it will only cause trouble for Maria.
We'll see.
Hi, Maria.
Hey, Rosa, look who's here.
Maria, are you back in school?
No, I just had to deliver a dress to a customer who lives just around the corner, so I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Won't your father mind that you take time away from the sewing machine just to see a friend?
Please, don't be angry at Papa. He feels very badly about having to do this.
Would have fooled me.
You must understand, business has been very bad lately. One of our sewing machines broke down and we couldn't afford to fix it, so we had to let one of our seamstresses go.
And taking you out of school is going to solve all that?
It'll help.
It won't help you finish high school.
Rosa.
Maria, with your brain, you could be a doctor, a scientist, or a teacher.
I'm gonna have to forget about that. At least for now.
Why not do what I do?
You wanted to run around delivering food orders all day?
No. Enroll in a work-study program.
What's that?
It's for students who need to work during school hours. I go to school till noon and work here for Mr. Brashoff in the afternoon.
You could do that, Maria.
No, I don't think so.
Why not? You get school credit for the work you do at home, and all you have to do is maintain a B+ average in your classwork.
For you, that would be easy.
You don't understand. I'm needed at the shop all day, not just part of the time. Would you do me a favor? This letter's to Miss Scanlon in the class. Would you take it to her for me?
What is this? A goodbye letter? Wouldn't it be better if you delivered it yourself?
I can't.
María, te duele tanto dejar el colegio. María!
You see? Your meddling is causing her hurt.
It's not me that's hurting her, Mr. Brashoff. I'm going to call Chris Callon. Maybe she can think of something. I'm not giving up.
You heard of the absent-minded professor? I'm afraid I am one. I can't remember what I wanted to talk to you about today. Would you help me?
The school sent letters. So far, there's been no response. I thought of going there myself, but unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. Would you go and see them for me?
Would you do me a favor? This letter's to Miss Scanlon in the class. Would you take it to her for me?
Hey, mister, you all right? You need help getting up? You don't have to wait for someone to ask for help. You can offer your assistance.
Look, if you need help, I'd be glad to lend a hand. I know a little about American history.
Who said anything about needing help?
And I'd be glad to get you back to the story. Thanks, but I don't think I'll need any help.
Rosa, Mrs. Scanlon.
¿Esto se trata de las faldas?
No, señor Hernández, se trata de María.
Ya le dije que no hay nada.
Puede ser que haya una solución para su problema.
No tenemos un problema.
Papá, por favor, ¿no podemos escuchar lo que tienen que decir?
Is it okay to start?
Go ahead.
Maria, I have made all the arrangements for you to be enrolled in a work-study program.
¿De qué habla ella?
Hay una manera de que María vaya al colegio mediodía y trabaje aquí en las tardes.
I thought I made it clear to you that she's needed here.
Sí, señor, lo hizo, pero... Wait a minute. You do speak English. Why do you make us go to all this trouble of Spanish to English to Spanish? Why do you do that?
I only speak a little.
I think you speak a little more than a little. Tell him about the retraining program.
I can arrange for you to have the services of a part-time worker, someone to be here when Maria's in school.
I can afford to pay another worker, even part-time.
You don't have to, Mr. Hernandez. The salary is paid for by the city.
Why would they do that?
It's a city program to help unskilled workers learn a trade instead of going on welfare.
So, what do you say?
My family does not accept charity.
Por favor.
This isn't charity.
It's a trade. You get a worker for free.
And that person learns a commercial skill.
And you do all this just so that Maria can finish high school?
Yes.
Then what?
Then she can go on to college.
And will the city pay for college?
If Maria keeps her grades up, she'll be certain to get a scholarship.
What if she doesn't? All these hopes, all this work, all this time wasted dreaming empty dreams? She needs to look at life for what it is.
You mean she should spend the rest of her life as a seamstress?
Has been good enough for our family for a long time. Besides, soon she will marry, have children of her own. She doesn't need to go to college for that. Come, Maria.
I'm sorry.
Hi, everyone. Time for my afternoon coffee break.
What's there to take a break from, Jess? You're retired.
Carol's honeydew list.
For what?
You know, honeydew this, honeydew that. She's got a list that keeps growing no matter how much I do.
Maybe you should go back to work.
I'll survive. Where's Victor?
He's in the office working on his citizenship test, but I don't think he's doing very well.
How much more time does he have?
His appointment is tomorrow morning.
That's not good.
What's not good?
Nothing. How goes the studying?
That's not good. I read the book, and I read the book 100 times, and nothing sticks.
Why didn't you say something? I told you I'd be glad to help.
I didn't want to bother you. That's not true. It was my pride. And besides, I'm a little stubborn.
Make that bullheaded.
If you don't mind, I'll do the insulting.
Why the doom and gloom?
Mr. Brashov doesn't think he'll be able to pass his citizenship test tomorrow.
So maybe you should pull an all-nighter, Mr. Brashov.
What?
You stay up all night and study.
It wouldn't help.
Are you kidding? That's how everybody I know gets through finals.
I did it many times at the university back home.
What have you got to lose?
Sleep?
Victor, if we're willing to help you, don't argue.
You do that for me?
Sure.
Why not?
All right, when do we start?
As soon as we close up.
I can't go past 8 o'clock. Carol and I are babysitting our new grandson.
Babysitting. I almost forgot. I have to call Bill and see if he can watch the kids.
Your fiancé watches your children for you?
Sure, they're crazy about each other.
I think you'd better hurry up and marry that man before someone comes along and steals him.
Name the 3 branches of government.
You already asked me that.
And before the evening's over, I'll probably ask you again. Name the 3 branches of...
Rosa, why are you making all that racket?
I'm trying to cool off from thinking about Maria's father.
Well, could you cool off a little more quietly, please? I can't hear Jesse's questions. Now, what was the question?
The 3...
Oh, yes. Legislative, executive...
And you know something else? He speaks English. Not so good like me, but he...
Rosa!
Sorry.
Judicial.
Good. What does each part do?
The legislative branch makes the law.
Give me the names of the 13 colonies.
Let me see.
Anybody hungry? I made some sandwiches.
Great, just what I need.
I'll get them.
It's time for me to go babysit.
Good night, Jess.
Good night.
Before you go, I want to ask you something. I read in one of the forums that I can bring someone along as a character reference. Would you do that for me?
Are you asking me to be your character reference?
Of course. Hey, what do you think?
Where were we? Oh, yes. Give me the names of the original 13 colonies.
New Hampshire, South Carolina, Virginia.
What is the House of Representatives?
The executive enforces the laws, and the judicial explains them. July 4th, 1776.
Where was it signed?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
What is the Bill of Rights?
The first 10 amendments.
Which president was he?
The first president of the United States. Maryland, Delaware. Abraham Lincoln. South Carolina. During the Civil War. North Carolina. Georgia. Rhode Island. Vermont. Look at me, Ava. I'm going to become a citizen. After all these years.
Victor, let's go. We don't want to be late.
I'll be right there. Wish me luck, Ava.
When Nancy Teichner came to this country from Guatemala, she did not plan to become a citizen of the United States.
I came to this country in April of '85. I wanted to get a better job. I wanted to help my family, my mom and dad. What made me decide to become an American citizen, it was the idea that I could vote. I kind of wanted a better future for my child.
The decision to apply for citizenship is only the first step in the process.
First of all, when I went with the counselor at the school, they helped me to understand what the procedure was going to be like.
And you must know enough English and be proficient in English to pass the INS exam.
The INS can be very intimidating for a lot of people, but what the student needs to understand is if the student comes to school and becomes prepared, does study and know all the different questions and answers that will be asked of them, that interview should not be nervous or upsetting for that person.
While Nancy waited to hear from the INS, she studied for the exam.
I try to study every day, a certain portion. I then fill out my application. I got to get mentally prepared to be interviewed.
Several months after submitting the form, Nancy received notice of her interview date.
When I went to an INS, I was very nervous. I didn't know what to expect. It's like my life was in hands of someone else. And that's a scary thought.
Nancy Teichner.
So what I wanted to do was give a good impression of myself, show that I was prepared, and that it was important for me to become a citizen.
For your government test, I need you to tell me who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington. You don't get to really talk to this person close. You don't get to look at this person in the eyes. It's a very uncomfortable. But I did okay. Everybody can do okay.
You passed your interview and your test, ma'am. Congratulations. We're going to be mailing you.
Several months later, the dream became reality for Nancy Teichner.
I now declare that each of you is a citizen of the United States.
Was it hard for me to give up my Guatemalan citizenship? Yes and no. I was afraid that by giving it up, I was going to betray my country. But at the ceremony today, I remember they saying something about that you don't give up your traditions and your customs. You pass that along to your family. I have my baby. I want him also to know what my background was. I think that he's going to realize that it was a big part of my life to become a citizen.
So how did Bill get along with the kids last night?
He said they behaved like angels. I told him he must have gone to the wrong house. Good night, Mr. Brashoff, and congratulations again.
Good night, and thank you, my friends.
When do you take your citizenship oath?
Oh, not for a while, but they'll let me know. The important thing is I passed that test, and I couldn't have done it without you.
Good night.
Good night.
I did it. I'm going to be a citizen. Oh, good evening, Cesar.
Senor Brasho.
Cesar, stay a minute. Today, I passed my citizenship test.
Congratulations. You must be very proud.
Oh, I am. Sit down. Please, sit. But there is one thing missing. Sharing this moment with my daughter.
Why can't you?
Well, because a few years ago we fought over a small thing. And now she'll have nothing to do with me. We don't speak, we don't visit.
Must make you very sad.
It does. But you, my friend, you still have your daughter with you. I see her bring you food when you are working.
I am very blessed. She's a good daughter.
And very bright, I hear.
Yes, very bright.
Let me ask you a question. If Maria was a boy who was a very good athlete, maybe in line for a scholarship, would you insist that he leave school?
Ah, that is different. Maria's only a girl.
Back in the old country, this might be true. But this is America, a new country with new ways. You and I, we came here to be free, to make our own way. Shouldn't Maria have that same chance?
You think I should do this work study?
I think I am the wrong one to ask. I'll be in the back if you need me.
Let me ask you, is being a tailor so terrible a life?
No, not for you.
Do you look down on me because I'm only a tailor?
Oh, No, never. I'm proud of you because you are a good tailor. Just as I'm proud of you because you work at night as a janitor to put food on our table. I love you, Papa. And I'm proud of you.
Go on. Don't be afraid to say what is in your heart.
Being a tailor is not what I want to do with my life. All I ask is that you give me the chance to be what I want to be. And I will make you proud of me.
I'm already proud of you. Tomorrow we'll talk to Mrs. Scanlon.
Crossroads Café is a series that teaches English to speakers of other languages. For more information, call toll-free 1-800-375-2988.